Sign of the Times, episode 439, from this undisclosed shrubbery. Undisclosed shrubbery, right across from an industrial area. Industrial area very close to this shrub. I don't know the exact type of shrub, but hopefully Beast Barnett does, and he can report back to me, and I can describe the shrub in great detail later. But, for the people that love the snaps, my mask, the Ric Flair mask. Look at that. Ric Flair. He probably made a little bit of money off this mask, I would imagine. And the boots I just picked up. Look at that. I got brothered into some new boots for dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Practically given away, but they weren't. A small stippin', but I got new boots. I'll be using those to kick Darth Karta in the face, probably. He'll be tasting those boots. And pamphlet of the Sign of the Times, a JB Moonshine shirt. If you send JB Moonshine a message and say you want to buy some shirts, he'll mail them to you. He'll take the payment and then he'll mail them to you. CAC program, no 2020 CAC. They had to cancel it, but you know, those people will probably be back in 2021. Hopefully all these people will be back there. So Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, which you may be watching right now. Right about now, probably watching on the YouTubes. The Twitter, where you can follow me, but not literally, much like Nick Iggy does, or much like Kevin Von Erich does. They both do. I don't know if Nick Iggy's ever wrestled Kevin Von Erich, but maybe he did, I don't know. Portrait of Paul Moonshine and John Lennon. They were buddy pals back in the 60s, apparently. I'm guessing Paul Moonshine came across John Lennon in New York City. That's where Lance Dean was created, apparently, if I recall the story. There's Paul with Zach Winters. Paul with the Freak Show. Paul with the Sneeze, Casey Carlisle. And if you go to CaseyCarlisle.com, you can get pictures like that. Or like that. Look at all those title belts. Like that. If you want to celebrate Casey Carlisle's 15th anniversary in wrestling, you can get pictures like that. Or QT's personal favorite, like that. I guess Casey Carlisle must have been all of 12 years old when she debuted. 15 years in, you can get pictures like that. Like that. Or like that. Some of those. Look at all those title belts. He's got enough title belts to have one for every year he's been in the business now. Look at that. There she is, angry if you don't go to CaseyCarlisle.com and buy something. Other members of Team Bad, and he's not one good knee in that bunch. Autograph picture of Seymour Snot. And current book I'm still reading. I'm well over halfway through the thing. Well over halfway through. This week, it's a busy week. On Sunday, on Turnbuckle Turmoil, we have Sherman Tank. Sherman Tank, retired wrestler out of Ohio, used to know Dale Pierce. I'm sure Randy Zellers will ask him some questions about Dale Pierce. Dale Pierce, of course, manager of Randy Zellers for a while. But Sherman Tank will be on. QT will probably ask him 83 questions about the tanks of World War II. That poor man has no idea what he's in for on Sunday, but he's in for it. Then, later that night, I'm going to watch Paul Cade. We covered Paul Cade on Turnbuckle Turmoil with the promoter. Now I get to watch the show. It's going to be on one of those streaming things, and there's a free trial with the code. I'm going to do that again. I can watch Paul Cade. Larry D was on there. So was Paige Jones. So was Levi Everett. They all were. On Monday, it's looking free. Tuesday, maybe I'll get around to watching some old, like, AWA stuff. Maybe I'll watch some AWA. On Wednesday, it's pretty much looking free. Thursday, maybe I'll grab a coffee somewhere. On Friday next week, we have 2 hours on Sign Guys Wrestling Show. The first one, Pineapple-clad Tom Chad. He's out of DCW in Utah. Now a sister promotion for Ohio Valley Wrestling. He sure is. Then in the second hour, we make up our interview with Dewey Wellington. He ran into schedule snafus and had to reschedule, so we're doing it this coming Friday. And then next week, I'll be meeting QT so we can open the sign of the times at some undisclosed location, possibly near him, possibly not, we'll find out. But to review from this undisclosed shrub, right across from that industrial looking area, you go from like a foresty place to an industrial place in the span of about 50 yards. On Sunday, Sherman Tank will be on. QT will probably ask him 3 questions about Tank Tolan out of OVW. They may have wrestled, I don't know. We'll have to confirm that. On Sunday as well, Hawkade. I'll be watching Hawkade. And Monday it's looking free. Tuesday, some AWA watching, I think. I'll watch some AWA. Maybe like some old Scott Norton matches when he was one of the Yukon Lumberjacks. Or maybe I'll be watching some Mr. Saito as the AWA champion. Or maybe I'll be watching the Destruction Crew. I don't know. We'll find something AWA-ish. Wednesday, it's pretty much open. Thursday, I think I'll go grab a coffee. There's plenty of coffee shops around. Friday, 2 big hours, we have Pineapple Clad Tom Chad, followed by Dewey Wellington. QT will probably ask if Tom Chad has ever had a pineapple smoothie, and then he'll ask Dewey Wellington if he's ever made beef Wellington. Those poor guys. But on Saturday, QT will be back on the show. He sure will. He's looking forward to it. But pretty much episode 439.